Hi everyone, I'm Mike Staver. This is Mondays with Mike, a weekly video series where we answer questions from people just like you. Here we go. Dear Mike, the world seems to be in chaos. Yes, it does. Wars, diseases, conflicts, meanness, families breaking up, bad things happening, bad weather. It's a rather chipper question, isn't it? What are some ways to keep it from affecting me and my kids? That's a good question. I was watching the news the other night, which I try to avoid. As I was watching the news, I did some time. I just timed it. I looked at my watch and I said, And they started the news, and 20 minutes into the newscast, there wasn't a single positive thing said. The traffic was bad, the weather was bad, people were killing each other, people were shooting each other. And at 20 minutes, I turned off the TV. I should have gone and done some shots of tequila or something to try to numb the pain, but I don't drink tequila. So I thought, I just can't do it. I had to go outside, get some fresh air, and reset my mind. There are several things you can do to keep you and your kids insulated from the craziness in the world. I'm not a doomsday prophet who thinks the world is much worse than it ever was, because I don't know. I'm not that smart. But I do know this. We certainly have more access to diseases that are killing people and starving kids in Africa and people murdering each other and all that. And I know that there's more information on the front page of the New York Times this coming Sunday than the average human being got in the late 1800s in their entire lifetime. Let me say that again. I do know that there is more information on the front page of the New York Times this Sunday than the average human being got in their entire lifetime in the late 1800s. So that means you're being bombarded with information all day. I'm surprised most of us don't have chiropractic trauma in our necks from looking down at our phones as we walk through airports and shopping malls. We're constantly being pinged with information and articles and stuff to read and do. We have too much mental and intellectual noise, too much emotional pressure on us, period. So the way you protect yourself from it is clear boundaries, clear fence building. Stop watching the news. There's nothing on the news that's going to benefit your life one single bit, unless it's a weather warning and that hurricane or tornado is heading for your house. Other than that, there's very little on the news that can really help you. So I tend to watch CBS This Morning because I think Charlie Rose and Nora O'Donnell and the other people and Gail are the best in the morning. I watch it for 1 hour and then I'm out. But what I find consistently in that newscast is they are always having a good balance between stuff that's really positive and uplifting and the tough stuff as well. And they deliver it in a non-traumatic way. But that's all I watch in the course of a day. I may watch the weather if I'm flying somewhere. So you enhance your child's life and your life by making sure that they are immersed in things that are positive and edifying and uplifting. You're constantly wanting them to find ways to serve and ways to connect with other people. You see, the challenge with a lot of bad news isn't that it just contaminates or pollutes your brain. The problem with bad news is that your brain hears it as a threat, so it starts producing defensiveness. Defensiveness ultimately creates self-centeredness because it causes us to want to protect ourselves. When we protect ourselves, we don't reach out. So get your kids involved in things that are community-based, giving to others, being unselfish, caring more about other people than they do themselves. And acts of service helps people be more generous and focused. It also helps us feel better about who we are and our position in the world. As for you, make sure you protect what goes in your eyes and ears and nose and mouth every day, such that you are filled and edified as opposed to drugged down by the bad things going on in the world. Overall, life is pretty good if that's what you focus on. Take care. I'm Mike Staver. This is Mondays with Mike. Bye-bye.